Hi, Carolina.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good, good. I joined early because you never know with this Zoom thing that with if it's gonna work. And it worked the first time, so it was good.
That's great. I do like Zoom because I feel like it's easier than most of them, but you never know. You still do never know.
Yeah, I think it's good. We have here the what is the one that is recommended here? I don't remember. We have one that is supported here by MIT. But I don't remember the name. There are so many now.
There are quite a few of them. I think Northeastern uses Blue Jeans, but
Yes, I remember
I don't
when
know.
Carol was using that one.
Mhm. Carol's going to be at the summit. She's excited. She's kind of had to drop off the planning committee, but she's excited to see us all at the summit.
That's great. So, are you expecting to see many people here today, or?
Um, you know what? I think we'll have maybe like 10 to 15 people on today. We're not going to have everybody. But I am recording it, and I will share the slides that I present today, just so that we can all be on the same page.
Sounds good. I think it's a good idea to do this.
Thank you. I wasn't quite sure the best way to do it, but we have this power now to get everybody together. So I hope that it will be good. Carolina, have you presented at any of the past summits?
We had not a presentation, but a table demonstration in the one that was in Portland, Maine, 2016.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So it was not a presentation. Well,
So yeah, not one of these paired presentations. In 2016, we just did lightning talks, so we didn't get together the scientists and educators to talk beforehand. And I know a lot of the people who were involved in the summits prior to that said that was a huge loss that we lost it. And so this was a really important process that they didn't want to see lost. So I'm glad that we're bringing it back, but I just haven't facilitated this part before. So,
well, I'm sure
here we are.
Great. So,
Megan, did you present in 2014? Megan Gunea?
It's actually Megan.
Oh, Megan. I'm sorry, Megan.
No worries. No, I did not.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you presented as part of the Summer on the Marsh group or not.
Not at this conference.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining. And I am going to run through a little PowerPoint that I put together. And feel free to ask any questions. We can have time to join any presenters or facilitators at the end and ask questions. So share my screen. Okay. So as I said, I just want to get everybody on the same page, make sure that you know what's expected and that we all have a great summit because we're all really looking forward to it. Just a little background on why we put on the summits and what we're trying to do. NEOSEC really was started in 2005 from the COSI New England group as a way to just create neutral territory for collaboration to reduce competition, and to focus on our common goals. We're really trying to take all of the opportunities and resources we have in New England on ocean science and ocean education and build capacity in education and outreach and science so that we can all work together. So when it was started in 2005, organizations that logged on as members were really asked to adopt these ocean literacy principles, which were new at the time, and to work together to host an ocean literacy summit to introduce the principles to New England. So this is our 7th summit, and we are, the first summit just focused on ocean literacy principles in general. So this is our 6th principle that we're focusing on. We haven't gone in order. We've kind of jumped around to focus on the principle on the strengths of the location of the summit. So the paired breakout talks in the summits offer an opportunity for us to show off the ocean literacy principles in action around New England. We've chosen you as presenters and paired you very carefully because we think there's great potential that the two of you might have a really interesting presentation at the summit, but that also you might find different interactions in your work that you might want to pursue further. So for this presentation, we are asking that you work together and align your presentations with your co-presenter for the hour-long presentation or the 50 minutes. Gonna minimize all of us. Okay, so the focus of this summit is ocean literacy principle number 2, the ocean and life in the ocean shape the features of the earth. And all of your talks obviously focus on that principle. The purpose of this summit particularly is to fully explore how this principle pertains to New England ocean science and education programs and to promote NEOSEC as a source of resources and partnerships. Just so you guys know the audience to expect, we're expecting about 200 attendees. Those will be scientists, teachers, and educators. Now, our educators are a mix of informal educators and formal educators. We tend to have more informal educators than formal educators. We have some facilitators, some administrators. We'll have people from government agencies, local and state Department of Educations. We'll have hopefully Army Corps of Engineers, and we'll have someone from Coastal Zone Management. We'll have lots of graduate students, policymakers, science writers. So a little bit now about the specific logistics that you'll want to know about. The Thursday agenda will have workshops at Northeastern University in the Curry Student Center from 9 a.m. until noon. Registration will start at 8 a.m. So you are all welcome to attend those workshops if you like. We'll have one on technology, one on citizen science, one on art and creativity, and one on ocean literacy. Then there'll be some field trips around Boston. We have 4 of those, and we'll end with a science cafe at the Boston Winery, and that will be on green infrastructure and architecture. Friday will be the main day of talks at the summit, and that will all take place at UMass Boston, the campus center there. The keynote will be delivered by Jeff Donnelly of WHOI, and then there'll be a panel on sea level rise. Then there'll be the Science and Education Fair, posters, and exhibitors will all have an hour from 11 to 12. After lunch, we'll have the 3 concurrent sessions where you will be talking, and then followed by a trivia hour and an art show. We'll have more information coming to you on getting there, but just so you know, ways to get to UMass Boston on Friday. You can take the T. If you take the red line to the JFK stop, then there's a shuttle bus from UMass that you can get onto, and it'll take you directly to the campus center. You can park there. UMass Boston has a lot of construction going on, so the parking changes daily. But if you check our website or check their website, we'll keep it updated with locations, and we'll send an email to all of you if you're interested in parking, so you can know where to park. The commuter rail is also another option. There is a couple of lines that come directly into the JFK stop, but you can also take any of the commuter rail lines to South Station or North Station, and link over to the red line and take that down to JFK. Okay. The breakout sessions are the same thing as the concurrent sessions. I know I've called them two different things in different places. Just a few notes about your concurrent sessions. The session numbers align with the time of day. I tried to do that for ease. So session 1 starts at 1 p.m., session 2 starts at 2 p.m., and session 3 starts at 3 p.m. Each breakout pair of speakers has a facilitator assigned to them who can help you with any questions you have, or you can also feel free to reach out to me. And your presentation, we'd like you to present for 15 minutes total. Your partner will also have 15 minutes to present their work. And then you have 20 minutes of shared discussion. So that leads to 50 minutes per session, and then there'll be a 10-minute break in between each of the concurrent sessions. So each session really goes from 1 to 150, and 2 to 250, and 3 to 350. So then we have a little transition time in between. Please forgive the formatting of this table, but so session 1, we have Greg Berman and Katie Fife talking with facilitator Patrick Flanagan. 1B will be Dick Bailey and Catherine Buckley. Catherine, I think I saw you were on the call.
Yes, I am.
Great. And Val, I believe, is away at a conference, but she will be reaching out to the two of you and getting you paired up. The 1C talk, we had a recent withdrawal, but Bob Chen is working on getting us a few speakers. I think his graduate student Shannon, and either himself or Joe Salisbury will be filling that talk there. The 2 o'clock session will have paired talks by George Elvin and Maria Lyons, facilitated by Corinne Stever. Then Diana Payne and Valerie Cornoyer will speak on ocean literacy principles and NGSS standards. And Robin Hannigan and Tracy will fill out our next talk. And then 3, we'll have Megan Egogonea and Joan Muller. Sorry, Megan, if I screwed up your name, your last one. Talking on wetlands, facilitated by Heather. The 3B, we may have a substitution with Josh Helms. He is Army Corps of Engineers, and we're still working on getting clearance for his talk. But we have a plan to substitute our panelists from Coastal Zone Management in there in case Josh is unable to join us. Next, we have Carolina Bastidas and Paul McGinnis, facilitated by Linda McIntosh, and Mary Chitowski Jameson, and Jarrett will be talking on science and art, and it might be Jarrett's graduate student, Mary, that you are joined with. But Bob will get that all paired up. And okay, so that's our lineup of talks. Now, just for some audio-visual things for you guys, we've rented laptops, and we'll have projectors in each of the rooms, so you don't need to worry about coming and hooking up your different computers. We're gonna ask you to have all of your presentations into the Dropbox a couple days beforehand, ideally by Tuesday at 5 p.m., so that we can load them all in the morning, make sure they're all running and working. If we need to make any changes, we can make them at that time. So when you upload your presentation to the Dropbox, please save it with your last name and then your session number. And those tables that I just showed you have your session number. So like 1A, 1B, 3C, example. You can expect between 20 to 45 people in your session. And you probably have some time for questions, and usually the audience has plenty of questions to ask you, but it might be nice to work with your co-presenter and just think of a couple questions to guide the discussion time if that were to be needed. Just as a final point, we really just want you to have fun learning new things from your partner and co-presenter, and then share those with the audience. We found at NeoSec just working together brings a lot of enthusiasm, and we want to share that with the summit audience. This is just a quote that I like. Many ideas grow better when transplanted into another mind than the one where they sprang up. So, key points to take away: work together. Remember to register for the summit if you haven't already. For those speakers who have not registered already, I will be sending you an email, and I will also be reminding you to send in your bio if you haven't already done that. So thank you, and I'm going to open it up to any questions that you guys have.
So Amy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Catherine.
So, hi, so this is Catherine, and I just wanted to know, for the bio, about how many lines do you want? Just like a quick, like 2-line kind of thing?
Maybe a little bit longer than 2 lines. I think the average length has been like 3 sentences, 3 or 4 sentences. So
Okay.
like a short paragraph.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Amy. This is Carolina.
Hi, Carolina.
Hi. How is the discussion session gonna be running? Like, is that something that the facilitator is gonna run, or we are supposed to try to? I think you had a slide when you say that it would be good to suggest some questions maybe to start the conversation or something like that. Or how is it gonna run the discussion?
So it can run fairly organically. Your facilitator will be in the room. In most cases, there might be a case if Bob Chen is your facilitator and also the speaker, but I think he's facilitating that section. So your facilitator will be in the room and will work with you and the other presenter. So you and Paul and Linda can work together and kind of figure out how you want it. If you want Linda to like guide questions and take questions and ask you, but it'll be a fairly small group, 20 to 40 people in the room. So I imagine it can be just kind of like a question and answer session. And if there are no questions from the audience, then you and Paul can pose questions to each other or ask the audience the questions that you think that you might have from them, and have a conversation that way. It's really meant to kind of it can flow in several different ways. But does that make sense, or do you want more structure than that?
No, I think that's good enough. I mean, I don't know if it was only me, but you were cutting up the communication where you were explaining this right now. But basically, I understood that they were going to have some questions and the facilitator can guide, and maybe we can ask each other question if it doesn't flow, try to heat up a bit the discussion, or yeah, so basically it's open right now.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, Amy, this is Catherine again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel, here, I'm putting on my video because I just feel very strange.
Hi.
Hello. So should I wait for Val to contact me then, or to talk to kind of coordinate Dick Bailey and me, or should I reach out to Val? Because I actually contact her after the Mass Marine Educators Conference because we met there. So should I reach out to her? I think you said she'll be reaching out to me, but would be like, what
I
if?
think that's, so I sent, when I emailed you the last Friday,
Yes.
the information for presenters,
Yeah.
I emailed each group of presenters and facilitators separately. So that email, if you reply all, you
Okay.
will reach out to your other co-presenter and your facilitator.
Okay.
So I think that would be a great place to start, is just replying all to that email.
Okay.
And then you can talk to everyone at once.
Okay, fabulous. And I apologize for the interruption. I'm still in school, so
It's all right.
the boxes. So.
I realized that this was probably not the best time for any school teachers, so I'm glad that you were able to join us.
I have the world's best behaved advisory right now. They're searching for recipes for next week. So. They're lovely. You're lovely.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, well, I can let you guys all go. Thank you for joining. Thank you for asking your questions. And feel free to email with any other questions you have. And we look forward to seeing you at the summit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. You are.